In 1982, I had to do some clothes, so I went to the laundromat, and there was a remarkable young woman sitting near a machine. My relationship with Vicki was a whole bunch of different things all rolled into one. We had a lot of fun. A lot of the time I'd go fishing and she'd take her flower press along, and so she'd press flowers and I'd be on a river fly fishing.
I'm Judy Baxter, and I have been a friend of Vicki's since I was a small child. It feels like since I was 22. We were both at the University of Denver, me as an undergraduate and her as a graduate student in anthropology. And something bound us together early on.
I met Vicki through my husband, Don. Don mentioned to her that I had been working in the nonprofit sector, and she wondered if I could help her out on a project. We were having breakfast, and she would talk to me about the Colorado Breast Cancer Coalition, but she switched focus one day and said something like, you know what I really would love to do is help women with financial assistance for non-medical needs. So we talked it through a little, and I just said to her, okay, let's do it. That's kind of how it got started.
They started out in Angela's basement, and it grew, and the need grew, and the realization of how much need was out there grew. Vicki wanted to do something that mattered to the individual in the moment.
Vicki knew a woman named Donna Rogers, which she had the choice of either feeding herself or possibly losing her house. She just saw that as something that needed to be taken care of. That was the origin of sense of security.
So Vicki and Angela knew people in breast cancer treatment. Vicki'd been going through it herself. She knew the choices families were being forced to make: feed their children or pay their copay for chemo.
Her relationship to cancer was about her grit and her grace with it. And she was willing to step into the unknown and do what she could to embrace life.
Yeah, she had 3 cancer diagnoses. The first one was very serious, stage 3B, with a lot of lymph node involvement. She said cancer was kind of like an ex-boyfriend that kept showing up on your porch and you can't seem to get rid of him. You know, she still maintained something of a sense of humor about it.
I have been so lucky to have Vicki in my life. She and I created an organization that is the pinnacle of my professional career, and I'm going to miss having a friend who just understands me as who I am. We're very lucky, those of us who have people like that in our lives, and I will forever be blessed to have had her in mine.
Vicki was just a friend to everybody. Since security shows up for people just like Vicki. For me, it was her. It embodied her.
I can't think of a time where it's more important than it is right now to help people with that direct financial assistance. It will make going through breast cancer treatment a bit more bearable.
So if Vicki was here tonight, I know she'd be thrilled. She'd be so happy to see you all on these little screens. She'd be so happy to know the sense of security was moving forward. But she's not here tonight. And that's tough. And that's hard. But I know she's watching me and she's yelling at me right now to stop this blubberiness and to get on with the business at hand. You, tonight, can help secure the mission of sense of security for the next year, for the next 5 years, for the next 20 years. You will make the difference that she can't anymore. Thank you.